नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम
हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, जय राधा माधव राधे, जय राधा माधव राधे, जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे, जय राधा श्याम सुंदर Radha Shyam Sundar Radhe Jaya Gandharvika Giridhari Gandharvika Giridhari Radhe Jaya Gandharvika Giridhari Gandharvika Giridhari Radhe Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Subhadra Mai Jaya Sudarshana Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Subhadra Mai Jaya Sudarshana Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Harinam Sankirtan Yajna ki jai. So Gaurav, can I start with Mangalachan?
Yes, Prabhu.
Let me share my screen. Om Ajnanathmirandasya Jnananjalashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadak Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishvanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nite Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyat Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Hare Krishna. So, welcome all of you to this Sunday evening session of Bhagavad Gita class. Okay, so there are 15 of us in the class. So the topic for today is we are going to discuss the 7th chapter, shloka number 8 to 11. So in the previous session, Aparajit Prabhu had taken shloka number 7.7, and in this session we'll discuss 4 shlokas, 7.8 to 7.11. So I'll read the shlokas and then we'll read the, I'll read all the 4 shlokas, then we'll read the purport. So we'll read the shlokas and directly get started with the class. Or maybe the purport are small, so we'll read the purport also because it's given by Srila Prabhupada. So we should read the purport from Srila Prabhupada. So I think we'll read the purport as well. So Bhagavad Gita 7.8. Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shasi shuryah pranavah sarva vedeshu shabdakhe parusam narsu. Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shasi shuryah pranava sarva vedeshu shabdakhe parusham narsu. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in the ether and the ability in the man. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So this verse explains how Lord is pervasive by his diverse material and spiritual energies. The Supreme Lord can be preliminarily perceived by his different energies, and in this way he is realized impersonally. As the demigod in the sun is a person and is perceived by all his pervading energy, the sunshine, so the Lord, although in his eternal abode, is perceived by his all-pervading diffusive energies. The taste of water is an active principle of water. No one likes to drink sea water because the pure taste of water is mixed with salt. The attraction for water depends on the purity of the taste, and this pure taste is one of the energies of the Lord. The impersonalist perceives the presence of the Lord in water by its taste, and the personalist also glorifies the Lord for his kindly supplying the tasty water to quench the thirst. That is the way of pursuing the Supreme. Practically speaking, there is no conflict between personalism and impersonalism. One who knows God knows that impersonal conception and personal conception are simultaneously present in everything, and there is no contradiction. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya established his sublime doctrine, Achinta Bheda and Achinta Bheda Abheda Tattva, simultaneously oneness and difference. Light of the sun and the moon is also originally emanating from Brahma Jyotir, which is the impersonal effulgence of Lord. And Pranava, or the Omkara transcendental sound in the beginning of Vedic hymn, addresses the Supreme Lord. Because the impersonalists are very much afraid of addressing the Supreme Lord by his innumerable names, they prefer to vibrate the transcendental sound Omkara. But they do not realize that Omkara is the sound representation of Krishna. The jurisdiction of Krishna consciousness extends everywhere, and one who knows Krishna consciousness is blessed. Those who do not know Krishna are in illusion, and so knowledge of Krishna is liberation and ignorance of him is bondage. We'll very quickly read the shloka number 7.9, 10 and 11. We'll not read the purport, but we'll read the shlokas right now. And when we discuss, we'll get into the purport. Bhagavad Gita 7.9. Punyo gandha priti Vayam cha tejaschasmi vibhavasu jivanam sarva bhuteshu tapaschasmi tapasvishu. Punyo gandha prithivayam cha tejaschasmi vibhavasu jivanam sarva bhuteshu tapaschasmi tapasvishu. Punyo gandha prithivayam cha tejaschasmi vibhavasu Jivanam sarva bhuteshu tapaschasmi tapasvishu. 7.10. Bijam mam sarva bhutanam vidhi partha sanatanam buddhir buddhi matam asmi tejasvinam aham. Bijam mam sarva bhutanam vidhi partha sanatanam buddhir buddhi matam Asmi tejasvin aham. Bijam mam sarva bhutanam vidhi partha sanatanam buddhir buddhi matam asmi tejasvinam aham. And the last shloka for today, 7.11. Balam balavatam chaham kama raga vivarjitam dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatar sabha. Balam balavatam chaham kama raga vivarjitam dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamasmi bharatar sabha balam balavatam chaham kama raga vivarjitam dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamasmi bharatar sabha. So 4 shlokas we will try to look at each of the shloka in detail as much as possible. Yeah. So the first shloka 7.8. So before we get into first shloka, I'll just give do a refresh of the previous shloka 7.8, 7.7. So 7.7, I'll read the translation. O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. So your Lord is telling that He is the supreme, and everything depends on Him or rests upon Him. Now that is the shloka 7.7. Now in the next 4 shlokas, the Lord explains how everything depends on Him in little more detail. So in the next 4 shlokas, we are going to study the 14 energies of the Lord. There are 14 different energies of the Lord through which we can perceive the Lord. So they also, and once we know this, we can come to know that everything rests upon the God. Everything depends on the Lord, Supreme Lord. So this will also answer to the questions which most of the people ask, like how do you see God? Right? So Krishna here is directly giving that instruction how to see Him. Okay. Let's start with the shloka. Raso aham apsu kaunteya. So raso aham apsu kaunteya. Rasaha means taste. Aham means I. Apsu in water, and kaunteya, O son of Kunti. So I am the, O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water. So raso aham apsu kaunteya. So one thing to note here is he's using the word aham. Aham means I. And whenever you say I, that aham means basically it means that he is a person. When you say I, it means that he is a person. He is not an imperson. So this is again multiple times in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has very clearly stated that he is a person. He is not an imperson, right? So this is something that we need to we get from the first statement. Raso aham apsu kaunteya. So I am the taste of water. So, water, we drink a lot of water every day, and whenever we drink water, we should always remember Krishna. So one of the ways to understand how is Krishna all pervading. So in the previous shloka, Krishna says that everything depends on Him. It means that it therefore means that He should be all pervading. So how is He all pervading? These are the 4 shlokas that will answer the question. So when you taste the water, you the taste of the Krishna here says that He is the taste of the water. So we should always remember that whenever we drink water, we can remember Krishna, right? So, and in the next, in all these shlokas, the direction of how to remember Krishna is given by Krishna Himself. So just like a doctor gives or prescribes a medicine for us to get back to normal life, similarly, Krishna is here telling us how to perceive. So these are the 14 qualities that we'll discuss in this 4 shlokas. In the chapter 10, Krishna goes into much more details about his various energies again. But in this 4 shlokas, he talks about the 14 so that we get an idea of how we can remember Krishna, how we can see Krishna directly. Right? Okay. So the taste of water. So everyone, we drink so many glasses of water, so we need to remember that, okay, taste of water is Krishna. That way we can remember Krishna. Now, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada has mentioned that about the impersonalist. So the impersonalist think of Krishna by thinking of the taste of water. But the personalist think of Krishna by thinking that He's so kind enough to supply us with the water, supply us with good quantity of water, tasty water, to quench our thirst. So there is a viewpoint. This is the point of view, difference in point of view between the impersonalist and the personalist. The impersonalist thinks that okay, Krishna is the taste of the water. The personalist thinks that Krishna is kindly supplying so much of water to quench our thirst. So as a devotee, most of us know that, okay, Krishna is the supreme. We all know that Krishna is present in each and every atom as well, right? So Paramatma Shakti, right? He is present in each and every atom as well. So mainly the impersonalist, if somebody is new and if he wants to get a feeling of Lord Krishna, he can just look at the nature. He can see whenever he drinks, he has to remember Krishna. And let's move further. So the next statement, Prabhasmi Sashi Suryoho. Prabhasmi Shashi Suryoho. Prabhasmi means Prabha means light, Asmi means I am, and Sasi Suryo means of the moon and sun. So the light, I am the light of the sun and the moon. So Srila Prabhupada says, what is the difficulty? When you drink water, you remember the taste is Krishna. When you look at the sun, you understand that the shine or the sunshine is coming from Krishna. When you look at the moonshine is coming from Krishna. So that way you can remember Krishna everywhere. So the next statement, Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. Pranava means the Omkara. So Pranava means the Omkara, the Om, syllable Om. So Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. So he says the syllable, I am the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. Okay. So whenever we hear Vedic mantras, we can remember Krishna. So, and we also need to remember that the Om is the first syllable that has come out of Mahavishnu. So Mahavishnu, when he breathes, there is the syllable Om that comes out into the ether, and from the ether, the other four material elements are generated, right? So, Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. So here again in the purport, Srila Prabhupada mentions that, the impersonalists, they don't want to take the multiple names of Krishna. So we have so many thousands and millions of names of Krishna, and so wonderful names, Giridhari or Madhava or Govinda. So wonderful names are there, but the impersonalists do not want to take this name. So instead of taking that name, what they prefer is to chant the Omkara. So they prefer to listen to the Omkara and chant the Omkara. But they do not know that in the shloka it's very clearly given here that I am the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras, right? So when they chant Omkara, they are again connecting with Krishna. So that way again impersonalists and personalists are again connecting with Krishna. The fourth line of the shloka, Shabda ke Parusham Nrasu. So Shabda ke means I am the sound in the ether and the ability in the man. Parusham Narasu means I am the ability in the man. Shabda ke, sound in the ether. So here in one of the purport, Srila Prabhupada says that whenever we hear any sound, whatever sound that is, so first thing is ideally we should hear the sound of Hare Krishna Mahamantra or Kirtan or anything, or the glories of Krishna, anything related to Krishna. But even if we hear material sound, so material sound, what Srila Prabhupada says is the sound which is covered with Maya. But nevertheless, whenever we hear some good sound, we can always think that Krishna is the sound vibration behind this, right? So we can remember Krishna in that way. And the last word, Parusham Nrasu. So Parusham Nrasu means I am the ability in the man. So we meet in our daily life, we meet very famous personalities, right? I mean, we hear about very famous personalities. Oh, this person is the CEO. So this person is the CEO of Google. This person is the CEO of Microsoft. So here, very clearly, it's written that Krishna. They are the CEOs. They have that ability just because Krishna has provided it to them. So whenever we meet famous personalities or hear about famous personalities, instead of being envious, we should think that, okay, they are famous or they are in that position because Krishna has given that authority to them, right? So instead of being envious, we should think like that, that they are in that position because Krishna has blessed upon them. So that is the way we can think of Krishna. So here in this shloka, we have discussed 4 energies of Krishna. One is the taste of water. The second one is he is the light of sun and moon. The third one is the syllable Om and Shabda K, and he is the sound in ether and the ability in man. So 5 basically, 5 different energies we have discussed here in the first shloka. We'll move on to the next shloka. So 7.9. Punyo Gandha Prithivayam Cha. So Punya means original, Gandha fragrance, Prithivayam Cha in the earth. So what Punyo Gandha Prithivayam Cha? Punya Gandha means aroma. So any aroma, so any pleasant aroma, Punya Gandha Prithivayam Cha. Any pleasant aroma is again from Krishna. So within the earth, there is a stock of everything. So we have this material world, material earth, and within the earth, there is a stock of everything. The fragrance of a rose is there. The fragrance of other flowers is there. And this is present naturally. So our scientists cannot develop the fragrance of, cannot mix some chemicals and develop the fragrance of rose. Right? Cannot generate the fragrance of the road from the earth. But Krishna has provided us with the rose seed. As soon as you take a lump of earth and put a rose seed into that, you can generate a fragrance of rose. You can generate the plant, and then you get the fragrance of rose. So whenever we smell something nice, we can relate that to Krishna. This is smelling naturally nice because it comes from Krishna. Punyo Gandha Prithivayam Cha, right? Okay, so similarly, whenever there is something uncommon, very powerful or very wonderful, you can always understand that is from Krishna. So anything which is wonderful in this or unique in this world, you can always understand and relate that there is a power behind it, and that is coming from the Supreme Lord. The next line, Tejas Chasmi Vibhavasu. So Tejaha, heat, Cha Asmi, I am Vibhavasu. So what he says is, I am the heat in the fire. Now, with Vibhavasu means fire. Without fire, we cannot, so the 5 elements, fire is one of the 5 elements of the earth, of the material world, right? It's very necessary. So we need fire to run factories. We need fire to cook our food. We need fire for multiple other things. So Krishna is the heat in that fire. So whenever we see something, related to fire, we can always imagine that Krishna is the heat of the fire. The next line, Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu. So I am the life of all that lives, and I am the finances of all the ascetic. So, Tapas Chasmi, Tapas Vishu. So Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu means I am the life of all that lives. So this is very clear. We all as a devotee knows that Krishna is there in each and every atom, as I mentioned before. So whenever we see any living entity, whenever we see other persons, or whenever we see a tree or a plant, we should think that we should remember Krishna. So in the nature, we have so many things that have been provided by the Supreme Lord. As and when we see them, we should remember Krishna. So this is the instruction of Krishna, and this is how you can relate to Krishna. And slowly as you advance, and if you become an advanced devotee, usually the advanced devotee, they see nothing but Krishna. So everywhere they see Krishna. If they go to some beach, or if they go anywhere to some mountains, they'll see, they'll look at the scenery there, or look at everything and relate it to Krishna. That's the way the advanced devotee look at the whole world. Tapas Chasmi, Tapas Vishu. So Tapas Chasmi, Tapas Vishu means Tapaschasmi, any kind of penance or any kind of perseverance is also Krishna. So I am the penances of all ascetic. So tapaschasmi, like let's say we do fasting on Ekadashi and we do fasting on other auspicious days as well, right? So that is tapasya. Tapasya. So not only it is good for health, it is also good for advancement in Krishna consciousness. So that is the power from where it comes. It comes from the Lord itself. So as devotees, we have to tapas and that tapas and we have to when we do tapas, I mean we can relate that to Krishna. I am the penances of all ascetic. So we also do the four type of the neophyte devotees, or I mean the newly joined devotees. We always request them to not to follow the four regulative principles: no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex, and no meat eating. So this is also a form of tapas, right? So whenever we do tapas, we get purified. So we should accept tapas. If we don't accept tapas, then we become a sahijya. So by accepting tapas, we basically kind of associate with Krishna. So that is what is meant by this particular tapas chasmi, tapas vishu. Okay, so we'll move on to the next shloka, 7.10. So, Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam. O son of Pritha, know that I am the original seed of all existences. So, this statement again here very proves that Krishna is the original father. From him, we all of us have come, right? So, Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam. So, we can see that all the living entities, a big banyan tree comes out from just a seed, and that seed giving seed giver is Lord Krishna. Similarly, human beings. Basically, to generate any living beings, there are two things required. One is the bijam and the yoni. So the bijam is Krishna, and the yoni is kind of the prakriti. So male and female kind of thing. So and from that, the new generations are born. Right, so that is also Krishna. So Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam. We all are. So Krishna is the original seed-giving person. So now, once there, and since we are part and parcel of Krishna, we also have those qualities, the Bijam qualities, to some certain extent. So we see that in our life, that if we want to beget children, we can easily beget children, right? So that is possible. Now there was once there is an interesting anecdote. So there was one person who basically challenged Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, what is the difference between Krishna and us? Krishna has created this world, but we have, using our intelligence, we have also created so many things. For example, we have created this wonderful watch. This watch has thousands of small pieces inside which work perfectly in synchronously and perfectly show us the time. So what is the difference between Krishna and us? Krishna is the creator. We are also the creators. So why he is God and why we should take him as God? So that was the question somebody asked Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada basically answered him that, okay, so you are able to create watch, okay, but have you created a watch which is a male and a female watch, and from this male and a female watch there are thousands of other watches that are getting created automatically? So that person got silent, and he understood that. So basically Krishna is the seed giving father from which the entire generations, all of us have come. And so that is the way we can relate Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam. Vidhi Partha Sanatanam. Buddhir Buddhimatam Asmi. So buddhir, intelligence, buddhimatam, of intelligent, asmi, I am. So I am the intelligence of the intelligent. Tejas, tejasvi, vinam, aham. The power, the prowess of all the powerful men. So we were just talking, this person who asked Srila Prabhupada, so he thought that he was intelligent and human beings were intelligent because they were creating great watches and great other multiple material things. Right? So here it's mentioned, Buddhir Buddhima Matam Asmi, the intelligence of the intelligence. Krishna is the intelligence of the intelligent. Whenever we see an intelligent person, we can always think that that intelligence is provided to him by Krishna. Because Krishna is the intelligence behind the intelligent. Similarly, whenever we see a powerful person, we can think that that is provided by Krishna. So let's take the example of Bhima. So Bhima had the strength of 10,000 elephants, right? So from where did he get the strength of 10,000 elephants? It was provided by Krishna. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada once gives an example of a wrestler in Vrindavan. So he was very strong, and because of his strength, he was little arrogant also. So usually when we get some power, we become little arrogant. That ego develops in us, and then we become little arrogant as well. However, that same wrestler is now, was after few years, was paralyzed and all his powers were gone. So anything can happen. If Krishna wants, he can make us powerful. If Krishna wants, he can take away our power at any point of time. So the power that we have, we should not think that, okay, that is because of me, that is because of my work, that is because of my hard work. A Krishna conscious person will always think that, okay, I'm getting these benefits because Krishna is blessing with me. Krishna, and this is nothing that I have done. This is the blessing of Krishna. So that is the way we can think, and that is the way we can think, so that we don't get ego and we don't become arrogant. Yeah. Okay, we'll move on to the last shloka. Bhagavad Gita 7.11. Balam balavatam chaham. I am the strength of the strong. So this is what we discussed. We saw the example of Bhima, where he was very strong. So Balam, I am the strength of the strong. So whenever you see a strong person or somebody who is very strong, powerful, you can relate that is because Krishna is blessed. Kama raga vivarjitam. So I am devoid of passion and desire. Kama raga vivarjitam. Kama raga. So kama means lust, and raga means attraction. Vivarjitam means devoid of. So basically, what Krishna means to say is that he is devoid of passion and desire. So let's understand this in little detail. So kama raga vivarjitam. So we have lot of lusty desires, right? So, and let's say instead of lusty desire, let's say we have desires. So I want to build a big house. I want my son to get a good job, and I want I have built this house, I have built this product, or something like that. So that desire, once it gets fulfilled, let's say the desire that we have gets fulfilled. Let's say I want a very beautiful house besides the beach, and that desire gets fulfilled. Now, after the desire gets fulfilled, then what happens is I become attached to that desire. So I become attached to that good house or good bungalow on the beach, right? I protect it. I don't want anything to happen, so that I don't want somebody to take away my bungalow. So that attachment is there. So you have first the desire, kama, and then raga, the attachment, and then you become trapped by Maya. So here what Krishna says is he is the power which is devoid of kama and raga vivarjitam. So basically here we should also take this as an example that we should try to uh, uh, we should desire whatever Krishna wants, so that we also align ourselves to Krishna's desire. So once we align ourselves to Krishna's desire, we'll be free of Kama Raga. We'll also be Kama Raga Vivarjitam. Next line is Dharma Viruddho Bhuteshu. Kama Raga Vivarjitam Dharma Viruddho Bhuteshu. And the sex life which is not contrary to religious principles. Okay, so Kamosmi Bharatar Sabha. So I am the sex life which is not contrary to religious principles. So, so what is the difference between animal and a human? So basically, animal they don't have intelligence and they do whatever they want very freely. So they don't think. They mate with multiple. What do you say? So if there is there is a lot of things that goes on. So they don't follow any rules and regulations, right? However, for human beings, we have a dharma. So there is a religious principle that has been set up by the Lord, and we have to follow that dharma. If we should not go against the dharma. For example, there is we can marry a woman, or a woman can marry a man in order to beget Krishna conscious children. So that is the religious principle, that is the dharma. So if we follow this dharma, then we are good. If we don't follow this dharma, but if we get married for some other external reasons, then it is against the dharma. So what Krishna says here is dharma viruddha bhuteshu. So he is the sex life which is not contrary to the religious principles. So in our scriptures, it is allowed to get married if we want to beget Krishna conscious children, right? So that is not against the dharma. That is in alignment with the dharma. Anything apart from this is against the dharma, so that we should avoid, right? So okay, so there are, let's summarize. So there are how many energies or features of Krishna that we have discussed? Raso aham apu su kaunteya, taste of water 1, Pravasmi shashi surya, so light of sun and moon 2, syllable om 3, shabda ke 4, and parusham rasu 5. And then we have Punyo Gandha 6, Tejas Chasmi Vibhavasu 7, Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu 8, Tapas Chasmi 9. Okay. And then Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam 10, Vividha Partha Sanatanam, Buddhir Buddhimatam Asmi Tejas. So 10, 11, 12. And here we have Balam Balvatam Chaha, Kama Raga Vivarjitam Dharma Viruddha. So totally 13, 14 features or energies of Krishna. So now Srila Prabhupada says, what is the difficulty? You see all these activities, you drink a lot of water throughout the day, you always look at the sun or the moon, right? You meet, you always hear the sound, you can hear the Omkara as well. And you meet so many intelligent people, you meet so many powerful people, you meet so many strong people, or you at least listen, or you gossip, or you at least hear about all the strong people, right? And you have so much of fragrance around you. So what is the difficulty in remembering Krishna? And this prescription is given by Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita. So Srila Prabhupada says, what is the difficulty? So the summary of this 4 is like, if we can kind of see Krishna everywhere by following the instructions given by Krishna here. So this is just 14 sample that he has given. In the 10th chapter, he will talk more about all these other features as well, maybe 64. Yeah. So, as a devotee, as much as possible, we should kind of relate our activities to Krishna, and this is a good way to think and associate with Krishna. And so whenever we think of December month, so whenever we enter into December month, we should always think that, okay, it's a book distribution thing. So Krishna wants us to distribute book. So we have all this, Krishna saying all these things, but Srila Prabhupada and Krishna wants us to distribute books. So whenever December comes, we should always remember that, okay, book distribution very near and dear to Srila Prabhupada, very near and dear to Krishna, right? So this is the Gita Jayanti month, and I believe that most of us have would want to kind of distribute books and please for Guru Srila Prabhupada and Lord Krishna. So I just want to tell about a small anecdote. There are 2-3 anecdotes that comes, but okay, let me start with one. Not anecdote. This is something which is very inspiring, related to book distribution. So just okay. So if you have gone to Vrindavan, so there in Vrindavan, Krishna Balram temple, near the bookstall. So there is a bookstall. If you have gone to Vrindavan Krishna Balram temple, there is a bookstall, very big bookstall. Okay, and you see a lot of foreign devotees in the Vrindavan temple, and especially more from Russia. And the Russian devotees, they don't know to speak Hindi, they don't know to speak English. Okay, so there is one Mataji. So basically this Mataji, a senior Mataji, a senior lady, senior Mataji. So what this Mataji does is she takes the Hindi Bhagavad Gita. So in Vrindavan, most of the crowd, most of the devotees, I should not use the word crowd, most of the devotees are from Uttar Pradesh or North India belt. So they are mostly Hindi speaking. So this Mataji, what she does is she stands at the exit gate of the bookstall. Okay, and she just stands with 2 Bhagavad Gita in her hand, one Bhagavad Gita displaying like that and another displaying like this. Okay, so 2 Bhagavad Gita, Hindi Bhagavad Gita like this, and all she does is smile. Yeah, big smile on her face, right? And nothing. She doesn't know to read Hindi. She doesn't know to speak Hindi. She doesn't know anything. All she knows is she has to do this service. She has to please Srila Prabhupada. She has to please Krishna. So she just stands at the exit gate with 2 Bhagavad Gita like this. And there are a lot of people who come, who look at her, give her a big smile and move off. But there are, again, a lot of people who come and they find this lady, they look at this lady and they feel inspired and they start a conversation with the lady, and the lady then hands over the Bhagavad Gita to each one of them. So that is something. So all you have to do, or all of us have to do, is just take the books, stand, put a stall, put a table, or just spread the word in WhatsApp. Just spread the word. So just spread the words in WhatsApp, and Krishna will send devotees to you. So see, we are just the instrument, right? So once we put up a stall, or once we spread the word that, okay, there are these books available, Krishna, so there are 2 ways. One is we can do it proactively. Otherwise, even if we do this much, Krishna will choose his own devotees and send them to us. So there are a lot of people in this world who are basically looking for opportunities and praying to Krishna, and Krishna will select them and send them to us. So so this is one thing. So this is and it kind of, this book distribution kind of purifies us. So not only it makes us dear to Srila Prabhupada and Krishna and our Guru Maharaj, it will also purify us. It will make us more humble. So we see a lot of people coming and rejecting us and going or giving some comments or something like that. So it also kind of purifies us and makes us humble. So that is one. Now there is another, our acharyas also tell another, what do you say, I don't know, anecdote or something like that. So what happens, we just had the Kartik month, the Damodar month, and we all know the Damodar Leela. right? So in the Damodar Leela, what happens? What happens? Mother Yashoda basically ties Krishna to the mortar, and Krishna is just a baby of maybe 5 years, around 5 years, and Yashoda Maya ties Krishna with a rope. So he is in a terrible condition. Just imagine a child, 5-year child, being tightly tied by a rope to a mortar so that he can't escape. But so it's not a good condition to be. Child, we want to, I mean, everyone wants to be in a free, everyone wants to be free. Nobody wants to be tied somewhere, right? It's not a good condition. But even in that condition, Krishna had to fulfill one promise. So what he had to fulfill? He had to fulfill the promise given by given by Narada Muni to Kuvera's son, right? So Krishna, in that condition, he tries to crawl, takes the mortar along with him, gets stuck in the Arjuna trees, and then delivers Nalakuvera and Manigriva, right? So in that condition also, Krishna was able to deliver to people. So what our Acharya says, in whatever condition we are in, we should always try to help people or get more people into the Krishna consciousness movement. So book distribution is a very good opportunity. Book distribution is very good opportunity to get new people introduced to Krishna consciousness. And and it doesn't depend. So we cannot make any excuse. We cannot make any excuse, because just as this Damodar Leela example, Krishna was tied to a mortar, and in that condition, he delivered to people. Similarly, even in whatever condition we are in, we can't go out, we have to do online, or whatever condition we are in, we have to try our best to get more people into Krishna consciousness, and that can happen through book distribution. And not only this, so this Leela goes further. So what happens after Krishna delivers? So Krishna goes and gets stuck in the Arjuna trees. The Arjuna trees fall down with a big thud, and the Nalakuvera and Manigriva say thanks to Krishna and go to that where Loka or wherever, go to that place. However, what happens when the big Arjuna trees fall? There is a big thud or big sound that gets generated. So all the Vrindavan Vasis and Nand Maharaj come rushing to that spot. And when Nand Maharaj comes rushing to that spot, he sees Krishna tied up in that mortar. So what is that he does? He goes and rushes towards Krishna and unties him. He makes him free from the mortar, and he liberates him from that. I mean, what do you say? Torture is not the right word, but he liberates Krishna from the ropes, the tight ropes. So what our acharyas say is, when we bring new people into Krishna conscious movement, okay, when we do this service, so there is somebody else who will come and liberate us from our wretched condition. So we are already in wretched condition, and in the wretched condition, the acharyas tell that, okay, go and get, still whatever condition you are, go and get more new devotees. And once we do a sincere attempt to get it, somebody will come, just like Nand Maharaj came to liberate Krishna, I mean, from the ropes, untie Krishna from the ropes. Similarly, somebody else will come and untie our wretchedness or liberate us from this Maya. So that is the example which our acharyas give. So, request to you, including myself, is that we make a sincere attempt to distribute books. Please, Srila Prabhupada, please, Krishna. And in this endeavor, hopefully we get purified. And so that's the request from me to all of you. And this request is for myself as well. So with that, I'll end the session for today. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. If there are any questions, we'll just take that.
Hare Krishna devotees, if there are anybody having any questions, you can unmute and ask, or you can put it in the chat box. I can read it over to Giridhar Prabhu.
Sir, namaste. I wanted one meaning of one mantra. Can you just tell me? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That means what? Because people will say when we are in trouble, chant this one. I wanted to know what is the meaning of it actually.
So the simple meaning is I offer my obeisances to the Supreme Lord Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I offer my Om Namo. I offer my obeisances Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. The Supreme Bhagavate, Supreme Lord Vasudeva. So I offer my obeisances, humble obeisances to Lord Vasudevaya. So that is the meaning.
Okay, thanks. Obeisance means obedience.
Dandavad Pranam. I offer my Dandavad Pranam to Lord Vasudeva.
Okay. Thanks.
So this Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya was the mantra also given by Narad Muni to Dhruva Maharaj. So Dhruva Maharaj was, when he went to do the tapasya, he was chanting this mantra.
Oh, he chant only this mantra? Dhruva?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to know, can we chant this mantra at any time? Like when we are sleeping, on the bed also we can chant, no problem. Except eating, we should not chant, and bathing, we should not chant. Otherwise, when we are working, when we are sleeping also, can we chant?
So there are two things. So in Kali Yuga, what is recommended in the scriptures to chant is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is the mantra that you can chant at any time, at any place. You can chant even in the bathroom while bathing. Right? So this mantra is what is recommended in the scriptures. Now, the Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya mantra, usually we chant before reading the scriptures like Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam. So before we read Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, we chant this mantra 3 times. However, for our purification, the Kali Yuga mantra is Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Okay, Guruji, thanks. If you don't mind, can I ask one more question? If other participants don't mind, because I'm just a LKG student of this spiritual. Like, see, whenever we do puja, we will say 3 times Sri Krishna Arpanamastu, Sri Krishna Arpanamastu, Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Why 3 times? I just wanted to know.
So in the scriptures, if you read the scriptures, so if you want to highlight some particular point, so they will say 3 times. So that's the way the scriptures are written. Whenever in the scriptures, if some point has to be highlighted, they'll tell that point 3 times. So this is my understanding. So now this is related to the puja. I'm not very sure, but in the scriptures, any point, if any acharyas want to highlight, they'll tell that 3 times. So I'll just ask our senior Vaishnavas. So Ranjit Prabhu, you want to answer? I mean, why at the end of the puja they say Shri Krishna Arpanam 3 times? Yeah.
Prabhu, even I have heard that 3 times that it is mentioned in the Agam Shastra that anything you have to give importance, no? Then it will be said 3 times.
Correct. Yeah. So that is, so if something has to be given importance, it has to be told 3 times. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Prabhuji, can I ask one question?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, we request devotees to tell their name and also ask the question so that we'll be helping.
Yeah, Himlata here, Prabhuji. So my question is, if someone in a need comes to your home and if they need some financial help, ideally it's said that we should not give them money. And sometimes if we are not in position to give them prasadam, is it okay if we give them grains, just offer to Krishna and give them grains like rice, dal and other things?
Yes, I mean, if it has been offered to Krishna, then you can give it to them as prasadam. I think that should be okay.
Yeah, so it's in cereals form, because we are not going to meet them very often and can give them prasadam. But let's say 5 kgs of rice and we offer to Lord Krishna and then give. Is it okay or it's not correct?
It should be okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. If there is no more further questions, I want to thank all of you for attending this session. Thank you. If there is anything incorrect which I have said, please forgive me. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Giridhar Prabhu, for the wonderful class. Thank you so much for explaining the nitty-gritty details of the Grihastha life and all that. Thank you so much for enlightening us on the sloka. Okay. So we will start the Kirtan now. Next program.
Yes, Prabhu, you can do the Kirtan. You can switch on your video as well.
Yes, Prabhu. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnana-jana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pachatyadeshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
My voice, madam.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, श्रील गुरुदेव की। हरे कृष्णा। Hare Krishna. So thank you all for joining for the Sunday feast program. So hope you all do active book distribution this week and come back even stronger for next week. Hare Krishna. We'll again
Hare
meet.
Krishna.
Talk. Hare Krishna.
Thanks, Prabhu, for your wonderful kirtan, and thanks, Giridhar Prabhu, for the wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Thanks for the
Hare,
opportunity, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Saran Prabhu. Hare Krishna.